advocacy for a local nonprofit organization that I volunteer for back in Hampton. It's called Empowered to Change. Outreach is something that is promoted amongst many ministries. You hear it all the time. It's all about touching another person's life, helping them grow as themselves as well as a community. Planting seeds for tomorrow's future is their slogan. ETC focuses on comprehensive empowerment for the family as well as the community. This is the founder, Miss Lisa Rogers. She's a St. Louis native. She came up with the idea of Empowered to Change because she wanted to get back to a community that helped her so much. When she was younger, she went through poverty and homelessness, and she wanted to give back to people who now go through the same exact issues. Fun for all ages. Now, I am 24 and I've been volunteering with them for about 2 years since they started, but our youngest volunteer is 6 years old, and our oldest one, I don't even know her age. What we do is we cater to everybody across the board, but it's like a specific program for various ages. So for the youth, we have volunteer tutors for homework hour during the week. For Bible study, we have to go downstairs and we sit with them and go over all their homework. As well as if we have like a church service on a Friday or revival, the students are usually downstairs with tutors who help them get through their homework while the parents are upstairs. We have financial literacy classes, health and wellness expos. Throughout the year, that cater to the community is open to the public. We need as much volunteers as possible to help maximize our efforts. So I'm just going to show you briefly a few pictures of what our events are. These are our students, along with our volunteer tutors. As you can see, he got promoted. This is Messiah. He's autistic, and he's been on honor roll ever since he's been in school. Never stopped. He's amazing. Another student who's on the honor roll thanks to our lovely volunteers. And this is a health and wellness boot camp we did this year at the Salvation Army. Open to the public. We had doctors come to perform CPR to instruct us, a lot of healthy food tips. This portion was given by the Mixed Fit people of Hampton Roads. Some of the exercise, and I had the privilege of doing the Zumba portion. So why would you think that this is all important of outreach? It's actually a biblical sense of a commandment we're given by God. Scriptures that support outreach in the community are Matthew 28 and 18, commission us to go out into the world. As you know, the rest is to make disciples of all nations. Acts 2:41 through 42 reveals that witnesses were added to the church based on what they saw in the first place. William Temple, former bishop of Manchester, states, "The church is the only cooperative society in the world that exists for the benefit of its non-members." That is indeed true. Now, most people don't like to bring up the church. For some reason now it's become offensive to do religious talks in public. So how exactly do you do outreach? How exactly do you gain souls if you do not mention why you're doing it exactly? Our jobs as Christians is not to offend, but it is to show those Christ-like mentalities and traits that we do have so that we do still draw souls in and unify them. Here's one of our events that we did over the summer at Port Worth at the park. That's our tent right there, but hundreds of people came every Wednesday for this concert. And we were the only church ministry out there, not under church ministry, but that's what we were there for. We were there to help touch lives while selling funnel cakes and fried Snickers and fried Oreos. It was a good experience for the public. They all loved us. That's some of our delicious snacks. Very, very amazing. This is our CEO again, some of our children. But we had a blast the entire summer. When it concluded, we gave back to the community by giving away backpacks to all the children who did come about. The families had no idea what was going on. We were accepting donations for about a good 2 weeks. And when they came with their last funnel cake, we just gave out a bunch of backpacks to the community. Be who you needed when you were younger. This is why I charge volunteers that thing, because when you were younger, you needed somebody to look up to. We went to those boys and girls clubs. We went to those after school programs, and we admired the tutoring that we once got, or the upbringing we once got from our own parents. We shadowed them in a way. And now it's time to know that those children out there are in need of the same thing that we were in need of. You can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. That's what it's about, being empowered to change. The more we have, the more souls we can reach. The more volunteers who come about from different cities, the more we have reached in different cities. If not you, who else? I know as college students and parents or people who work part-time and full-time, we have obligations that might get in the way. However, there are things you can do other than give us your time. We're pretty flexible. It's a year-round thing, and I'm sure you may be able to fit even in the summertime, but if you can't do that, then you can send in our donations. Right now, we have Operation We Care in effect until November 22nd. This is when we outreach to the community to like our homeless veterans who are on the street. So we collect any toiletries, hats, gloves, scarves, etc. to give out to the homeless who are in need. This is some of our items we did from last year. And these are the places you can actually drop all of those things off. Now, all of these places are in Hampton, so if you can't get to that side of the water, I will gladly accept any donations for them on this side of the water. I think that's it. Okay, well that's it. So yeah, I think we should all volunteer for this matter, being that it's something that is so dear to the heart, and I think it affects everyone in a sense, from the youth all the way up to the old ages. If you have somebody who is in a nursing home or who is in the Boys and Girls Club, it's good to mentor them even now. You can make a difference on them even now. That's my presentation. Thank you.